Hi and welcome to the Crochet Circle. My name is Alex and in today's video I want to talk about back to school, the alphabet and making crochet letters. Now the first crochet letter that I will show you how to make is going to be a letter I, because it is one of the simplest and I think we can just get started. So I've got some cotton yarn in the shade of green. It's gonna be for a project that I have to do until Christmas, and I have my 3mm hook. So if I'm just gonna grab a piece of paper and just show you how the letter is gonna be made. It's gonna be a base. So this is gonna be our letter I. Okay, it's gonna be much more symmetrical, but I think you get the idea. So we start from the bottom, we put on the certain amount of chains for the base, then we reduce it down, then we do another chain for extending it on this side, then we start on this side and continue all the way up to the end. I'm gonna have the pattern for the whole letter on my homepage. It will be a description below, and all the main parts are also gonna be time-stamped in the description below. So the first timestamp will be from the start, then how to reduce it is gonna be number 2, then number 3 is gonna be how to extend it, and number 4 is gonna be the finishing up. Now what I will do is I'm gonna actually make 2 eyes, so it's gonna be for the front and the back, and once I will have 2 of them, then the 5th timestamp will be how to put them together, because I do want them to be a bit more 3D, more chunkier, because it's gonna come as a garland for, I think you already know, because of the color, for the Christmas. So this is gonna be part of the lettering for a garland. And yeah, well, before I get started, I want to invite you to leave a comment if you have any suggestions, what letter you want to have next or as soon as possible, and if you want to be notified when I get all the alphabet out or with each letter separately. Don't forget to subscribe so you're gonna get the notifications. And now I think we can get started, so let's start with the letter I. I have my pen here because I'm gonna be using it to count the rows. Unfortunately, I don't have any nice row counters. The best one would actually, for me personally, be one that would be voice activated, because if you still have to click on something, it's the same as I just put a mark down on my piece of paper. And also it's gonna be just single crochets all the way up, so it is also easier to just count the rows if you perhaps lost yourself on the way. Okay, so let's start with the letter I. The base is gonna be 14 chains, so I'm gonna start and I'm gonna do chain 14. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I do a chain 1, and in the second loop from the hook I do a single crochet, and now I single crochet all the way back, so in altogether I'm gonna have 14 single crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Just the last one, because I do wanna get my hook through both of the loops. And that's now row number 1 done. Now row number 2 is gonna be 14 single crochets. I chain 1 to step it up and do a single crochet in the same stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the corner one for the 14th. Now I need to do 2 more rows of 14 single crochets. To be honest, I was thinking of making a fast forward video, but I don't want to do that because I want to show you how long it actually takes to do things. I know I did that in few of my previous videos. I know that the patterns or the tutorials are much easier to just view those key points that you need and then perhaps fast forward, but I was thinking about it and it's actually not the right thing to do, because just to explain the whole process and to see how much time it takes, it's gonna be in real time. So that's row number 3 now done, and now it's the last row of the base. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now that's our base done. Now I have to slip stitch this part. I'm gonna go 3 slip stitches in, and then I'm gonna continue. So I'm not gonna go chain 1 here, I'm just gonna do slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2, okay, I have to put the whole yarn through, that's slip stitch 2 and slip stitch 3, and now the 4th one, that's 4 slip stitches, but in this one I have to step it up and do a single crochet in as well. And now I'm gonna do 7 more single crochets, so in total I'll have 8 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can double check it, and I have 1, 2, 3 stitches left on the left side as well. Now I need to do 8 single crochets each row till I hit row number 26. So let's begin. Always I start with chain 1 and a single stitch in the same stitch. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row up. I'm so glad I'm back to my crochet hooks. Don't get me wrong, the crochet hook that I bought in the UK when I was there, it was a good one. I liked how pointy it was, but my crochet hooks already have the mileage done and they do run more smoothly, I think, because of that. So for my cotton yarn, on the label it said that I should be using, let me just double check, I think it's between 3 and 4. No, it's between 2.5 and 3.5 millimeters, so I'm using a 3 millimeter hook. So I'm just in the measurements. You can use thicker yarn with a larger hook and the letters are gonna come out even larger than they are. Or you can use thinner yarn and a smaller hook for smaller letters. So I've done here now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the 9th one again, chain 1 to level it up. Chain 1 and then single crochets all the way. So I got this pattern for the letters. I actually checked out few of the patterns and then I changed a bit the number counts because they were either too big or too small. And when I did the first letters with 30 rows, it kind of just looked as big as I wanted them to be. we all know that Pinterest is a nice box with all the tools that you need and a lot of free patterns can be found up there. So thank God for those tools that we can use and then expand our knowledge. Now I forgot to count, but I'm just gonna get the numbers of the rows I already made after this one. I'm gonna do just a chain one for the next round, so I know till here it's 4, then I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So another 9 to go. I already made a chain one before. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm still on 8 single crochets, so I didn't lose or gain a stitch on the way. That's a good thing. Okay, I definitely have to pay more attention of how many rows I make. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And that means I need another 3 rows. Another 2 rows. And another row. That's gonna be row 26 now. Now in row 26, I'm not gonna turn around and do the next round. because I am here at the moment. So I'm gonna do chain 3 on this side, and I'm gonna cut the yarn and finish 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna do a chain 1 just to finish up and pull the yarn through, but as you can see I still have 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we start on the other side. What I do is I just go into my work, I leave a tail, and now on this side, as you can see, we're now here. I have to do chain 3 and then again step it up and return. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to level it up, and a single crochet in the second one from the hook. So that's 1 single crochet, 2, and now that's the third one in the chain of 3. Now I have 8 plus 3 on the chains again. I am gonna work this tail in, so when I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna also have my yarn next to it, so it's gonna be worked in. So again, to work in the yarn, I'm gonna go and grab it around it. Now that was the second one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now this is the 8th one. And now I have 3 more single crochets in the chains. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now I can also pull the end yarn a bit tighter. All I have to do now is 3 more rows of single crochets, and there are 14 of them in each row. Again, chain 1 to level it up, and 14 single crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now all I have to do is 2 more rows of 14, again leveling it up. Now I'm in the last row, and then the either front or the back is gonna be done. Afterwards I have to make another one, and I am gonna do that in normal speed. I'm not gonna cut out my video to speed it up, because as I said, I want to show that it's not a fast forward thing. but it does take time, and the counting and keeping an eye on the rows can be a relaxing thing for me, to be honest. Okay, so now I have 4 rows here. I can cut the yarn. I'm just gonna do chain 1 again and pull the yarn through, and this is our eye of the front side done. Now I have to make another one. It's gonna be the same process, and when I'm gonna have both of the eyes done, I'm gonna show you then on the 5th step or the 5th timestamp of the video how to join them. I will be joining them in a contrast color. To be honest, I'm still thinking of either using a white or a gold one, but I think I will be using the white one because it will look like a snow was falling on those letters. So now, as you can see, I'm starting with the second one. Again, it's gonna be a base of 14. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I do a chain up, and in the second loop from the hook I do a single crochet, and then single crochets all the way back in the chains, so altogether 14 single crochets, and repeat that 4 times. And in the meantime you can crochet and enjoy the soft music of the background. Again, I want to go through both loops here, so and that's my 14th done. Again, chaining up and then single crochet all the way. If you're wondering what kind of letters I will be doing, it's gonna be for my garland that it's gonna say Merry Christmas, and it's still enough time to start it and do it because we're in the end of September now when I'm doing this. There are only few days left in this month, so if I'm gonna have the videos out and the tutorials out, perhaps you can also do your own Merry Christmas garland to decorate your wall. So the letters that are gonna be shown in the nearer future are gonna be all the other letters to spell out Merry Christmas. So it's gonna be an M, an E, an R, a Y, C, S, T, M. And if you have any other requests that you would want me to do any other letter before that, just leave a comment below and I'll try to do my best to respond and film a video about that letter as soon as possible. So here are my 4 rows done, like we did before, actually like I did before, 4 slip stitches, 1, 2, okay, this one is not good enough because I lost a part of the thread, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now in the 4th one that I've done, I'm gonna do a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch, and then 7 more single crochets. So I'm gonna have 8 single crochets for the 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That means it leaves me 1, 2, 3 at the end. Now I'm gonna chain up and do 8 single crochets all the way, and that's gonna be till row number 26. The letter I is pretty straightforward. It doesn't have any curves, any bends, so that's why it's also a reason why I didn't start with an M. I don't want to scare you, so an I is a very useful one just to get started, to get to know the size perhaps, because what if I would be making something that wouldn't fit your size and you would start with an M or an A or an S or something like that, where there are curves and bends and you have to give a row and let loose a row. So an I is a useful start of the crocheted alphabet for me. Plus, an I can also be used for other signs. Don't forget, I will be making all the letters. Probably not all in the same color, but I'll try to make them till Christmas. And again, if you want a letter to be done specially or ahead of time, you can just leave a comment below and I'll try to make a tutorial on the specific letter. I know I'm not finished yet, but I am just gonna count the rows. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need 11 more rows till I get to row number 26. I think I need a yarn bowl or something like that because my yarn is just all over the table. But also that will come one day. Now I'm just gonna double check if I still have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. I still have 8 single crochets in a row. I didn't add a stitch and I didn't lose a stitch. I'm just gonna count the rows, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm on the 26th row. I'm gonna do chain 1 and single crochets 8. And then I'm gonna do chain 3 and cut the yarn. So this is my 26th row. What I can also do is check if both eyes are the same. Okay, that was a bit of a interruption here, so I've just done 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm gonna cut the yarn and I'm gonna do another chain and pull the yarn. So now again I start on the other side. In the first stitch I just put my hook in and I make a loop. Now chain 3 and chain 1, and in the second from the hook I do a single crochets, and now in each of the remaining 2 chains a single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now in 8 single crochets of the previous round a single crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now single crochets in the chain 3 of the previous round. So that's the first one, the second one, and the third one. Again, I'm just gonna pull the yarn through a bit. Okay, and now I'm back again. So I said before that I didn't work the tail in here. I'm gonna do it in the end when I finish this eye. So I've done the first row of 14. Now I need 3 more rows of 14. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Just 2 more rows of 14 to be done, and then I'm gonna go into joining those 2 eyes. What I forgot to say in the beginning, what you also need is a bit of filling to give it some puff. And the last row I chained 1 for leveling it up, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm gonna do a chain 1 and cut the yarn and pull it through. So we're almost at the 5th step now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work the loose ends in. Now this is the one that I didn't work in before, so I will just go through a few of the single crochets and pull it through. Okay, don't forget this is gonna be a wall hanger, so it's not gonna be pulled apart that much, and I can also cut this yarn from the previous one. Now I'm gonna do all the rest of the tails in as well. this is the back part, because I have this small tail of the previous yarn already there, so I want to come to the back side. Okay, and I'm gonna work the tail in on this side. And I can cut it. Now the ending yarn. What I will be also using these bits and pieces for is the stuffing, because I can definitely use them to stuff the letters, so no waste is generated. This is the other side, so I need to work it on this side in. So this is my first eye done. Now for the second one, just need to work in the loose ends. I'm just checking where the end is, if I can see it. I cannot see it, so it doesn't matter on which side I put it through. And now this is the last one. Now all the loose ends are sewn in together. As you can see, I have two green eyes. This is gonna be the back side and this is gonna be the back side, so I'm gonna put them together like this. And I'm gonna just put a pin in, so I will know how it goes. Now, because this is gonna be a wall hanger, I do wanna make small loops on top and on the bottom to put a string through that is gonna hang. It's not gonna be a huge one, just a little one with perhaps a chain to break up the difference. So to join those two eyes, I'm gonna use a white yarn, so it's gonna look like it's been snowing on top, and I'm gonna be using single crochets to join them. Now I'm gonna start in the corner because it's gonna be the easiest way to count, and I'm gonna do a chain one and a single crochet. Now I'm gonna do a single crochet in each row on the side. As you can see, I am working the tail in. I almost lost a row here. So in each row I do a single crochet, and you can see I'm working the tail in. I'm gonna stuff the letter in the end when I'm gonna be almost finished. So I'm going in through the front and I'm double checking in the back if I get in each row. I think this is done in enough, so I'm just gonna hide it for now. So I see I did all the rows on this side, and I double check I've done all the rows on that side, on the back side as well. I'm gonna lose this pin. And this is the last one. And the last one. Now on this side we have to have 3, so that's 1, 2, and this is going to be the third one. I hope you can see it. I have to make it in this loop. It's a bit tight, but it has to go in. It doesn't, not to worry. I'm just gonna grab a bit shorter, smaller crochet hook. So I think this one's gonna be perfect for it. This is how I keep my crochet hooks all together. Some are really old and some are just nice gifts that I got over the years. So this was the third one. I have to put in this hole. Again, third one and the third one. Okay, now I'm gonna do a chain one because that's gonna be a corner, and a single crochet in the same stitch. That is how I turned the corner. So now I need to do 3 more on this side, so that's 1. Two and 3. Now I'm gonna again do a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. Now one side is almost done. As I said, I wanted to make a loop on top to put my yarn through. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna chain 2 and then continue as expected. As you can see, here is a small loop that I will then put my either yarn or something like that through. I just hope I've got all the right stitches. On the back side and on the front side. So now I'm gonna chain 2 and that is the last one, and in the last one again chain 1 and another single crochet to make the corner. As you can see, I have those 2 small loops here to put the garland on. Again, the corner, chain 1 and another one in the same one. Now I have to do another 2. That's 1. And that's 2. It's gonna go in this one. I turn the corner again. Now I'm gonna do 4 more single crochets in each row, and then I'm gonna stuff this little bit of the eye. So I'm gonna put some stuffing in here. Because I want to fill in the corners. Okay, now I will continue. As you can see, I am double checking if I am getting actually through. I'm gonna remove this pin because I don't want to get hurt myself again. Some rows are really easy to be put together. Yeah, you see, I'm gonna show you now the difference. I've put one too many inside here, so I'm gonna through the front and through the back, and it's back to normal again. And this is the last one. Now I turn the corner. That's 1, 2, 3. One. Two. Now for the third one. Don't forget, this is the corner, so I'm gonna do a chain 1, and in the same one another single crochet, and now 3 more up. So this is 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and in the same stitch another one to make the corner. Now chain 2, and now just again in each of the single crochets, actually on each of the chains that I've made in the first round. I'm gonna do single crochets all the way around. So this is the bottom part of the eye, because here are the chains of the starting. I lost one part of the yarn here, so I'm just gonna redo it. Now I'm at before the last one, so I'm gonna do a chain 2 for and now the last one. This is gonna be a corner one, so chain 1 and another one in the same one, and now 3 down, 2, 3, and I forgot to stuff it. Perfect. So let's see how much, yeah, about this much I should. I'm so sad now, but if it's because I didn't think ahead and I was on a roll, so I'm gonna use some more stuffing. I don't want it to be stuffed too much, just to give it a little bit of puffiness. This is not stuffed, this is stuffed just a bit, so you can see what kind of an effect I'm going for. That's gonna be perfect. Now I'm gonna close again this one up. If you don't want to, you don't have to stuff it. It's gonna look more flat. Plus, if you can just use one of the letters and put it on a garland. Just don't forget to block it and iron it and make it stiff, so it's gonna stay in shape all the time. Okay, I'm gonna use a bit more stuffing again, because I want to get into that corner there. Now I'm gonna come to the end. Now this is one before the end, so now I'm gonna do again chain 2. I know I should have thought about it, about the stuffing before, but I was so concentrating and yeah, I totally forgot it. So this is the corner one, chain 1 and 1 in the same stitch, and now another 3 more down that road. Again, now I'm gonna finish up the stuffing. I have a little gap here, just enough to put the stuffing in, to be honest, somehow. Yeah, it's going. Just gonna use the end of a crochet hook to put it in. And that is stuffed enough. So I am here in the corner one, because this is the corner one. I'm gonna do a chain 1 and another one in the same one, and now another 2 to finish it up. So that's, oops, I went out of sight. So we have 1 in the corner and another 2 to go, and it's a bit of a challenge at the moment to do it because it's stuffed. Now this is it. Now I'm gonna join it with the first single crochet, but I'm gonna join it invisible. So I'm gonna cut the yarn, I'm gonna pull the yarn through, I'm gonna get my needle, and I'm gonna go in the second one, not the first one, and bring the yarn back. And you can see I have another stitch here then. Now I'm gonna just put the yarn through the hoops and watch out that I won't be doing it on the visible side. So working the yarn in from the kind of back side so you don't see where the yarn is actually going. And this is gonna be it. One last pull. I can leave the yarn now, and I forgot to use my end pieces for stuffing it, but I still have a lot of letters to do. So this is my first letter of the garland. It's gonna be an I for a Merry Christmas that is coming in 3 months, and not just me, I want you to have time to do it as well. Don't forget, if you want to join me with the next letter, you can definitely leave a comment below for me to know which one would you want me to do. If you want to get notified when I'm gonna get some new material, video tutorials up, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, you can definitely like it, and if you think some of your friends would enjoy it, you can definitely also share it. I'm gonna leave you now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon again. Have fun. Bye bye.